Libra, I'm here to give you a read straight from the hip with lots of lip. We're going to do a wild card read here. Your energy came in real strong, so I just decided, hey, I'm going to flow with it. I've been sort of waiting here for the different signs to come through to want to, communicate. Everybody's been a little, kind of quiet, keeping their energy to themselves, but really felt Libra come forward today, so I'm gonna flow with it. All right, please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you can stay in tune with everything that I'm gonna be bringing onto the channel here. Give me a thumbs up if you dig the content, and if you feel so inspired, leave a comment. I would love to connect with my subscribers. We're all just one big community here, finding our way through these interesting times. And I'm really getting this message, Libra, that you're about to move forward in the most blessed up way. Okay, so just be prepared, because everything's going to start happening real fast. And I feel like 7, is like a lucky number for you right now. Lucky number 7, right? So when you start seeing those sevens line up, pay attention, because there's some important, memo coming through for you from Spirit. Gives you a clue about your next step ahead. I also, really got this hit of the phrase "in the pink," and I feel like this applies on a lot of levels. I mean, of course, in the pink means that your health is doing well. I think a lot of you are in the process of transforming your health. There was also this message that came in about Sugar Shack, the song Sugar Shack. And it kind of has a dualistic meaning, okay? So, I mean, first of all, I feel like a lot of you are looking to kind of, streamline your diet a little bit. You may have had a bit of a sweet tooth lately, but you're not really in a place where you want to deprive yourself anymore. So you're learning how to find your balance with the treats, that you want to indulge in. And I do have this kind of vibe that you're sort of like, make it count, man. When I'm going to have a sweet, I'm really going to treat myself. Like, I'm going to take myself out and I'm going to get myself a nice hot fudge sundae, or I'm going to treat myself to a lovely piece of cake at some wonderful cafe. And maybe Sugar Shack came in around that because in that song they talk about somebody they're sweet on that works at a coffee shop. So maybe you're like connecting with somebody at a coffee shop. Maybe there's some connection there. Maybe you're going to meet someone over coffee, and just kind of open up the door to, see what's out there. Put yourself out there again. For those of you singles that are looking, I think love is definitely in the mainframe. But there's also this piece, really of, minding the sugar, making sure that you're not trying to get that sweet taste, like try to take in some sweetness from a sort of artificial source. I feel like you're really looking for that sweetness that fills your heart. I feel like you've been through, some pretty challenging times. There's been some hard times in bitter tea, and now you're looking to move more into your ruling planet's energy, more of this Venusian energy. And I sort of feel like, Libra has been a little bit more, in their masculine recently, a little bit more assertive, kind of going into Queen of Swords mode, cutting off what doesn't work for them anymore. Libras can be really fucking steely, okay? Like, we are known as the Iron Fist and the Velvet Glove, so we know how to hold both of those energies, We can be pleasant, we can be accommodating, and we can be very much soft and sensual and sweet. But we also know how to give it cold, man, okay? We do. So I feel like you're kind of moving out of that energy, and there's some good luck that's coming in. And it's going to start to build. So pay attention when you see 7s, there's some kind of synchronicity that's going to come in and give you a memo. You want to pay attention. I did see that there's this like little library where I'm at, one of those free libraries, and there's this book set here, and it really spoke to me for you guys. and it says, "Good night stories for rebel girls. 5 stories of women who rocked the world." All right. And I really feel like this is the energy of Libra right now. It's all about really like, I'm feeling Libra, feminine, up front and center. That's not to say anything about you men, okay? There's a place for you here too. I know that, there's men, women, gender fluid, every type of person from every type of walk of life that comes to get readings, so but this particular is coming through really strong for the Libra feminines, this need to kind of like soften up a little bit, but don't lose your edge, don't lose the inner rebel in you, okay? Like you're meant to do something important, I feel like a lot of you have a message that you want to bring forward, and I'm getting very strongly that it comes through using that sword, and the sword being like the pen, the sword, the pen is mightier than the sword, that saying comes to mind for me. And I saw on each of these spines of each of these books, there's like a little charm, and I feel like this is really talking about the energy that's coming in for you. I mean, right here we have the hummingbird energy, La Chuparosa, which means rose sucker, and there is this like rose energy that's coming in really strongly for you to connect with this plant ally rose, okay? So that can be anointing yourself with a lovely rose scented oil. That could be, going out and getting yourself a bouquet of roses. Like, you don't need to wait for somebody to treat you to that. Treat yourself, right? We're talking about bringing that sweetness in. La Chuparosa is all about the sweetness, right? And love, love, all that yummy feel-good stuff, okay? So really inviting that energy in. But I feel like rose in particular can soften your heart, make you more receptive to it, because I think you've gone a little bit too much into that cold energy, okay? And, wear some rose quartz. Rose quartz is very soft and silky, so those of you who've been too much into your, like, masculine energy, and this applies for, you dudes, too. If you feel like, you've been sort of aggro lately, maybe you've kind of been cutting people's heads off, you've been a bit short, you might want to bring in this softening energy too. You all can benefit from this as well, just invoking more of that Venusian energy, right? So we see that joy is coming in. We see that sweetness is coming in, Libra. We see that love is coming in. In fact, I feel like, there's going to be like some light entering your life, and it comes through a very special message, okay? This could be an invitation, okay? And we also see, that you are taking care of your health. We talked about this, but I really feel like it's this balance of, making time for your creativity. Some of you, that's message that you have to bring forward. You're meant to write something. You have an idea for a book you want to write, or a screenplay you want to write, or maybe you need to write up the outline for a workshop, something that involves the written word, though, writing a song. Maybe you're a lyricist, and you have a story you need to tell, but I feel like there's something about this that's coming really, really powerfully through for the Libra collective, all right? But it's also about making that time, for health. And I feel like in particular, it would really benefit you Libras to get some of your movement outdoors, Don't get locked up in a gym, doing something monotonous. I think it'll give you this sense of expansion and sort of like clear out the cobwebs of all the heaviness that's left over, to just get out into the fresh air and look up at that big wide open sky, and just move into the flow of the energy around you. I think you need kind of room to breathe is what I'm really getting, so get out of the house and get some of your activity outside in nature. I think that'd be really good for you, And then here, I think you're also, having this interesting, thing come in around your self-care that's very much focused around pampering, I think you're meant to soften at this time. It's not about working so hard anymore, okay? But in particular, you know, those feminines out there, you're meant to write something. I think you got a book inside of you. And maybe for you masculines, you might have a book inside of you too, and it might have something to do with you sort of diving into what you've learned in your relationships with women. Also, maybe something that brings a part of your emotional expression really front and center. Maybe you're a poet, you know, maybe you have this more kind of romantic, you know, very soft, vulnerable side that you don't really let be seen. And maybe you're going to let it come forward through your words, you know, through a song, you know, something along these lines. But there's something here, and there is this piece of rebelliousness, you know. I'm just getting so many clues just from the front of, you know, this book too. I think there's some things, you know, that you need to cut off, you know, and you need to hit the road because, you know, you realize it's time for you to step into some bigger shoes, and you can't limit yourself anymore. Not everyone can go with you where you're going to go, right? And I do see there's a lot of like creativity involved, and it's really interesting, you know, this frog energy here. Frog medicine is all about spiritual cleansing, and there's that, you know, it's a crayon, right? So it's like, it's very like, you know, playful kind of energy. It's almost like your spiritual cleansing comes through playfulness. Your spiritual cleansing comes from the lighter side of life, not delving deeper into the shadow. Like, you've spent enough time there. I feel like you're really moving into this energy where what's gonna, you know, shake off any remnant of that time that you spent doing that heavy work is gonna come through inviting in this lightheartedness, you know, this playfulness, and also, you know, like I said, you know, getting in touch with your creativity, but particularly through the written word. You know, and there's that dance piece again. So dance medicine would probably be really good for you all as well. I do see a lemon on here, different plant allies. I feel like, you know, Olympia would be, you know, a wonderful thing to do. Libras too. There's a real simple Olympia you can do where you get a lemon, you cut it in half. You can do it with a partner if your partner's open to it, okay? But like, don't do it behind your partner's back. Make sure that they give you permission, all right? But one half for each person if you're going to do it with a partner. But otherwise, you can do it just for you. You take a half of a lemon, and on the outside of the lemon, you carve your name. You can carve your birth date too to make it more personalized. And then in the fleshy part of the lemon in the center, you drive a clove of garlic, okay? And then on the peel side, you rub it all over your body, kind of like when you use an egg. I don't know if any of you have done that egg cleansing, and then you read the yolk, okay? Very similar, but a little different, okay? So you just run it all over your body, you know, from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, as best as you can reach everywhere, okay? And then you put that lemon covered in a dish full of sea salt. You stick that under the bed, all right? And you leave it there until it dries up, and then you go and you bury that lemon, all right? And it's just gonna lift all that heavy energy off of you and make you feel real brand new, all right? So lots, like I said, lots of messages coming in for Libra, but I feel like Libras, you know, it's really time for you to move out of sort of the more like on the warpath kind of energy. I feel like a lot of you have been there. You know, you really had to take up your swords, you know. You've had to put down some firm boundaries. You've had to cut people off. In some places, you've, you know, limited communication. You might be also pulling some of your energy back from your time on social media, and this has been very necessary too. But I think you're meant to really spend this time like just luxuriating. This is what I'm getting, this like Venusian energy, you know, lots of baths and warm candle glows and lovely scents and, you know, giving yourself, you know, rub downs with beautiful oils, anointing yourself, you know, it's really time to like prepare the vessel is what I just heard. Yeah, we see with this Two of Clubs energy here coming in the shadow that You're not really down with the partnership vibe right now in general. I'm feeling like a lot of this has to do with your business, okay? And I'm just going to tap into all the messages that come in here. This may be, something that came your way. Somebody wanted to collaborate with you on a business level. And I see that this person has good intentions. This would be somebody with, a strong water sign placement, okay? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, all right? But what I would say about this, and I say good person here, they have good intentions because they're coming in the light. But I feel like this could get messy, This could get messy with this Two of Clubs coming in the shadow. If you actually do business with this person, you might not be able to see it now, but I think that it's better for you kind of do your own thing, and there's that rebel piece that's coming up there. And I want to see what else do we have here. Yeah, we see that it could lead to like a stalemate kind of situation with this Two of Spades sort of energy. I feel like it could really hold up your flow at this time, Be aware of that. You really have a vision and you have something that you're building right now. And there may be people that are drawn to what you're doing. They want to participate. They want to be involved. And that's cool. But I've kind of been giving a message to, people who are in business for themselves, the entrepreneurs out there, all the signs, all right? Over the past few months, it's really been coming in strongly that if you're going to work with another, if you're going to do some kind of business project with another person, make sure you really hammer out details and also make sure that it's like a one-off, You're doing like a one-day workshop, something like this. Don't get into business partnerships with people. Don't get into binding contractual agreements with people right now. And this also could be that, for some of you, this is that somebody that you have been involved in a business capacity with has had their feelings turn romantic, and this is creating some complications and is sort of putting things at gridlock, with the business before you can move forward. I think this is a strong message coming through because a cardinal just landed right in front of me, okay? And cardinals bring messages from spirits. So cardinals also bring joy and they bring happiness, much like that, Chuparosa energy. So that's really interesting. And cardinals, they're like bright red, right? They're bright red. And we talked about this in the pink energy and softening. Red is that very much Mars energy, right? It's that more, kind of like assertive, aggressive energy. And Mars is in play. We do have, strong scorpionic influence right now with Pluto retrograde, all right? But the thing is, we need to soften. More combativeness won't get us forward. And it was interesting because the cardinal that landed in front of me was a female. So it wasn't bright red. So it's more like, soften the energy, move more into the feminine aspect. And this applies for men too, okay? We all have masculine, feminine aspects. It's like the yin, the yang, the assertive, active energy is more like kind of associated with the masculine, and that receptive, creative, birthing energy is associated with the feminine. That's what you need to move into right now. You've already done the masculine thing, man. You took out your sword, you cleared the brush from your fucking path, you cut people off who were acting as obstacles, and now you've opened your road, okay? And it's time to move forward. But you're meant to move forward with ease. It's not meant to be a struggle anymore. If you're anticipating a fight, and you're in that kind of like Nine of Wands energy where you're expecting that the other shoe's going to drop and you're just going to be dealing with more fuck shit, you're going to find that you end up blocking your own path. It's a very self-sabotaging kind of energy. You're meant to just sit receptive and trusting. You're supposed to prepare the vessel, and that means you're supposed to get ready to receive what you're due. We see here with this Three of Clubs energy coming in the light, what your due is your ships coming in. I feel like you seeded some dreams, some big heart-centered dreams a while ago. And I really feel that they were dreams that came to you in the quiet of the night when you were sitting alone and just moon bathing and looking up at the night sky. And you found so much peace and you found so much relief at those times just from looking into this great expanse of the heavens, because at that moment in your life you felt so stuck, you felt so limited, and you had all these big adventures that you wanted to live out and all these stories you wanted to tell and all these visions you wanted to see manifest in your life, and you were just feeling so hemmed in and like you didn't have any options. And you talked to the moon, you sang your moon song, you gave it over to the heavens. And I really feel like this is those wishes coming to fruition. It was so long ago. Some of them you've given up on, some of them you've forgotten about because you've been caught up in all the dramatics of life that have been whirling around you. But Spirit didn't forget, and this is confirmation that it's coming through. And I really feel like, give it about 7 weeks, and what's going on in your life right now is going to go through a major trajectory shift, okay? But you look for confirmations of this. I really feel like life is going to start to kind of play with you. There's sort of this like treasure hunt, kind of energy coming in. So look for the signs. You may see dandelion seeds, floating by you on the breeze. You may find feathers floating by you on the breeze, coming to you on the wind, and this is a thing, air is your element, and I feel like air element is going to be delivering these messages to you, so I'm seeing this kind of energy come in. This is the end, of what hurt you, you saw the worst of it with this Ten of Spades energy, but with it in the light aspect, you're meant to focus on what feeds the light in your life, what gives you that feeling of happiness, what invokes that spirit of playfulness in you, what makes you laugh, what gives you pleasure, what's fun for you. You're meant to tap into those sweet tastes of life. Remember that sugar shack came in, and you may also find like home sweet home. This just came in. All right. So think of all those sayings around sweet. I feel it's really factoring into your reading. We got 6 energy here. That is definite Venusian energy, Libra energy, 6 of clubs. This is victory. This is attainment. This is success. And this is success that is not only evident to you, everybody sees it. I feel like Libras, you're going to be going through a big glow up, you're really going to realize some long held cherished dreams that you thought were no longer possible for you. I see this, like I just saw the Uno reverse card, and I heard this like switch it up and reverse it like a game of Uno, it's like it looked like you were down for the count, but you're like the comeback kid. And this is just gonna like take everybody back, like, damn, I didn't know Libra had it like that. Libra straight up pulled a rabbit out of the hat. We thought Libra was done for. Nope. Libras can take a licking and keep on ticking, man. There was a lot of people around you who were trying to, bring you down with this 7 of Spades energy. I think you've had a lot of people who've been lying on your name. I think your name has been in a lot of people's mouths. I think there's been a lot of gossip around you. For those of you who have any kind of presence on social media, I think you got a lot of people creeping around, trying to see what you're up to, trying to figure out what's going on with you. I also feel, just with that energy that came in with the shadow around, the business partnership stuff, that there may be people too that have tried to, throw a wrench in the works in terms of your business. You may have had some people who were trying to, bite your ideas, run off with them for themselves. Or you may have been dealing with people who were just speaking bad on your name and, trying to kind of ruin your reputation. We see this card coming here in the shadow, this Seven of Hearts energy, I feel like, you know, this is like multiple people, and there's that seven, right? The seven. So it's an important message. It's like, I feel like there's been multiple people involved in this situation. And you've kind of had to feel like, who can I trust and who can I not? You know, and when you have to start asking if the people who say they're loyal to you are really loyal to you, or if they're working against you, then it kind of comes a point where it's sort of like, you know what, I think I'm just cool doing my own thing and I'm going to stick with that. Yep. And I highly recommend this, Libra, because it brings you your 10 of hearts, okay? In the light. This is what's meant for you. Nobody's going to fucking stop this. It doesn't matter how they try to interfere with you, how they try to thwart you, whatever kind of gossip they do. It was fucking 25:55 on the clock when I said that. That 2-5 is 7. There's that lucky number 7 again. And that 5-5 is 10. 10 is 10 of cups. This is the truth. This new beginning is yours. You went through that 10 of spades. You went through that. You went through that, you know, getting stabbed in the back, having people turn against you, that you really put your heart in their hands. You trusted these people. You trusted these people, and they worked against you. But don't get it twisted, you know, because Spirit always flips it up and reverses that shit like a game of Uno, and it's return to sender all day, every day, man. And like cream, Libra, you're just going to rise to the top. I just got, you know, a really good Limpia for you all to do too. Could also be, you know, after you do this cleansing, you know, after you do this cleansing, this lemon cleansing, I highly recommend you give yourself a white bath, you know, call in your blessings. Just purify yourself and call in your blessings, you know. Get together, you know, seven white ingredients, any that speak to you. That can be white rose petals, okay? Remember, working with that rose energy. You can bring in some sugar, you can bring in some cream, you can bring in some coconut milk, you know, just think of like 7 white ingredients, and you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either add all those ingredients into a bath soak, you know, make sure you dunk your head, you know, really anoint yourself with that bath. Let it clear all that energy off of you, and then pat yourself dry, dress in all white, and leave that on for, you know, 24 hours before you shower or bathe off. Ooh, dandelion seed head just flew by me. I love it. Okay? And if you do that, it's just like it's like blessing yourself with that light, you know, like that white light of Spirit. It's an anointing. And it opens you to the blessings that want to come your way, okay? And if you don't have a bath, don't worry. You know, you can gather all of these ingredients of your white bath in a big, like, basin bowl. And you can stand in your shower stall. And you can first wash it up your body, okay? Starting from your feet all the way up. And then take it and dump it over your head. 28 on the clock when I said that. 10 energy, baby. I'm telling you. This 10 of hearts is yours. You are moving into wish fulfillment in your life. It's going to be a beautiful time of renewal for you, and everything is about to turn around, okay? But right now, you're meant to pamper yourself. You've been through a lot, okay? You really had to be a rebel. You had to stand on your own. You had to, you know, stand on your convictions. You had to walk your fucking talk. And there were times when, you know, it was kind of a lonely road for you, but you did it. And because of that, you took, you know, the hand you were dealt, and you played it the right way. You transformed fate into destiny, and you're about to see the promise of that manifest in your life. Again, I really feel like, you know, this kind of 7 weeks energy. I see like month of July. I've been getting this message in general for a lot of the collective. I feel like Leo season, July, August is when things are really going to pop off. But I just heard that Libra, you're first in line. You're first in line. So I really think like once it hits like that beginning of July, I think 4th of July, you're going to have something to really fucking celebrate. All right. So Libras, you know, make some plans now. What are you going to do 4th of July? Don't just sit around at home, you know, go out and do something, have some fun, because it looks like there's some really positive energy coming your way to make up for everything you've been through and all you had to release. And we just had this card come out here with the 5 of Spades energy in the light. You've transformed this. You've transformed that betrayal energy. You're leaving this behind. And you're going to see that your trust in spirit is about to be so richly rewarded, okay? Because they tried to block this 9 of Diamonds energy, your abundance, your blessing. But Spirit's coming on through with that Ace of Hearts. That's a new beginning. That's a new beginning. And I think it's going to be a renewal. It looks like a reunion energy. Somebody that you thought it was done for is about to come in and turn it all around. Turn it all around. All right? So get ready for it, Libra. It's looking good.